Hello, good afternoon and welcome. Well, it's afternoon where I am anyway. I don't know what it is where you are, but welcome nonetheless. Back today with two updates and an unboxing. And first update is to say that later on today, hopefully after lunch, I'm going to film the prize draw for the 7 life purpose questions tag which I've been running, and I'm really looking forward to doing that, and as well as doing the draw. And there are 3 prizes, three books available for potential winners. As well as doing that, I'm going to talk through why I chose the particular questions I chose for that tag, and I'm going to also share with you some techniques and practices, if you like, for making use of the answers that you came up with. Those of you who participated and came up with answers to the questions that I asked, the 7 life purpose questions, I'll talk a bit about what you can do with those answers in order to move things forward. So very much looking forward to getting stuck into that. The other update, you may remember, some of you, that I recently did a walkthrough of the very marvellous Jolanda Tarot, also known as the Swedish Witch Tarot in its earlier incarnation. And in that video, I speculated a bit about what, where I thought the influences for the deck came from, and I talked about the fact that the deck creators had written a book on tarot and magic in Swedish, and that I hoped that would be published in English, and in fact on the Rosie Bjorkman's website, the direct deck creators website, there was an indication that this book would indeed be published in English, but it wasn't clear to me when that had been put up or when it would be happening. So I emailed Rosie Bjorkman and asked, what's happening with this English publication, and so that when I made the video, I was saying that I was looking forward to finding out a bit more. Well, since then I have heard more, because Rosie has been in touch with me in a couple of ways actually to answer that very question. So I am going to share with you now what she said. So first of all, she replied to my email. I'd also commented on her YouTube video that she'd done recently. She's got a new YouTube channel. So she replied to my email first of all and said, hello, sorry my answer's a bit late. It makes me happy that you enjoy the deck of cards. And yes, an English version of the book. Now let me just show you. The book is that. I'm always a bit cautious of doing, oh, can you see that? I'm always a bit cautious of doing a filming from an iPhone onto an iPad. I don't know if it's just you, but I have this horrible suspicion that if I get it wrong, there'll be some kind of dimensional rift will open up and we'll all get sucked into it, because it's an iPhone looking at an iPad reflecting on an iPhone. And that just me? Maybe it's just me. Anyway, so that was the book cover. A draft of the book cover anyway. Back to Rosie's email, building up the suspense here. Hello, sorry my answer is a bit late. It makes me happy that you enjoy the deck of cards. And yes, an English version of the book and a new edition of the tarot deck will be released in September this year. So you heard it here first. The Yolanda Tarot is being re-released with an English translation of the full book, not just a little white book, but the full book by Rosie Bjorkman and Hans Arnold in September of this year. Maybe I can send you the first 4 chapters that you can read before you make the review, which, by the way, I'm also excited about, that you wish to include the Jolanda deck in your show. And I also saw your comment on the Jolanda Tarot YouTube channel. Thanks, I'll check out your channel. With kind regards, Rosie. So a lovely email from her. Now obviously I did the original walkthrough in the video before I received that email. Rosie has since sent me the first 4 chapters of the book. I haven't had a chance to look at them in detail yet. I will do that, and I'll come back to you all and say something about that shortly. But I'm very excited that the deck's coming back out. I'm very excited that the book is coming out in English, and I think it's absolutely lovely that she has sent me the first few chapters to have a look at. So I will have a look at those very soon, and really looking forward to it. So that was the email, and then I had also commented on a video on her fairly new YouTube channel, and I'll put a link to that channel below. And so she then responded to my message on the video, and here's what she said. Oh, in fact, no, originally she saw that I'd done that, and then she went to my channel, saw my review and walkthrough, and she commented on that, and this is what she commented. Thank you, Brian, for this review. I enjoyed very much hearing your thoughts about the cards, and thanks for liking my newly started YouTube channel. In episodes to come, we will review the cards one by one. But as yet, we've been introducing our activities as the witches in the tower on Blue Hill, and you'll see from the videos that Rosie and her colleagues live in this tower. A witch's tower, which is just so cool, it's unbelievable. So, first of all, I can tell you that the little white book, which comes with the deck, doesn't belong to the deck at all. It was the A.G. Muller, who obviously made the deck, who wanted to put a little white book in, and she's saying that she didn't like, she would have preferred the full book, but obviously it would have cost too much to do at the time. Didn't like the purple lining either, but didn't have any say, unfortunately, and that's true, of course, of many tarot deck creators. I think we know that sometimes the tarot artwork and the way that it's presented, the way that it's presented in cards isn't always the choice of the deck creator. So that's kind of understandable. I didn't like the purple lining either, but I didn't have any say, unfortunately. Your input on that at this moment in time is really helpful, and that's presumably because the new deck is coming out. And I can also reveal, now one of the things I said in my video was that I was picking up some Thoth vibes from the Yolanda Tarot. The little white book is very Rider-Waite-Smith based, but I thought that the cards themselves had a bit of a Thoth element in them. And Rosie's saying here, I can also reveal that the artist Hans and I read out aloud from Aleister Crowley's book 777. The text that he'd written about the particular card we were going to work on as inspiration. So yes, we're very much inspired by the deck of Thoth, not so much the Rider-Waite though. So, so that kind of is interesting, that confirms, and makes me even more excited to find out more about the cards. And now, after a couple of years and a whole lot of translating the text from Swedish to English and back again, and I've done the work myself with much assistance from editor Kimberly Essex, Philadelphia, US, Anna Barras in Cornwall, England, and Charlotte in Canada, the book Yolanda Tarot and the Art of Magic will be released in English in September this year, along with a new edition of the deck as well. This time it will be done in my own regime, so I'm guessing this means that it's going to be done in the way that she wanted it to be done. The work is done, the deal is sealed, which makes me really happy to now be able to share with you. And by the way, you can find me on Facebook as Jolanda Tarot. Thank you for your friendship. So, well, thank you for your friendship, Rosie, and thank you very much for your messages. I will put a link to your Facebook page below and to your YouTube channel below, and, you know, everyone can just get excited about the forthcoming Yolanda Tarot, which is great. So that's really, really good news. So those are my two updates. 7 life purpose questions draw coming soon. Jolanda Tarot re-release coming in September. And now for the unboxing. And this unboxing is an unboxing of a gift that I have received from Jane in Estonia. Jane is otherwise known as My Life and Tarot. And this came about because I can't remember who it was now, but somebody in the Facebook group for Love of Cards asked if there were any decks that we had originally had and then let go of that we regretted letting go of. And I found, kind of to my surprise, that what sprung to mind was the Hermetic Tarot. Now, I had mentioned in an earlier video, I think it was in one of my 31 Days of Tarot responses to Ethany's tag, that a deck that I hadn't connected with and that I had let go, that I hadn't connected with and at that time was thinking I hadn't connected with and had let go, was the Hermetic Tarot. So in some ways it was a bit of a surprise when the question that was asked in the Facebook group prompted me to think, actually I regret letting go of the Hermetic Tarot. But it kind of makes sense because I recently have felt very much that I am less interested in finding new decks that are replicants of existing systems, and I'm more interested in decks that are either trying to explore new tarot systems in their own right, or that are new versions of tarot systems aren't necessarily as well known or necessarily as well interpreted as others, and probably the Hermetic Tarot to some extent fits into that category. So the Hermetic Tarot came to mind, and I commented that, oh yeah, I kind of wish I had not let go of the Hermetic Tarot. Jane then replied and said, well, actually, if you would like a copy of the Hermetic Tarot, I will send you my copy, because I've got one and I don't particularly want to keep it. I'd rather somebody who could appreciate it could have it. So she very kindly sent this to me. Now what I have done is I have unsealed the sellotape around here, so I don't spend ages trying to fiddle with it on video, but I haven't opened the package. So I think I've never really done an unboxing video before, certainly not a gift unboxing. So this is interesting because I know that Jane put a couple of other things in here, because she emailed me or messaged me and said that she was. So let's see. I'm going to unbox this now and we're going to see what's in here. So thank you, Jane, very much for sending this. So we've got a postcard, lovely picture on the postcard. Dear Brian, friend mail time. Happy gelling with the Hermetic Tarot. Be well. And paw 5 to Maya. Jane. Thank you, Jane. I will pass on your regards to Maya for sure. So in here, what have we got? Ooh, we've got 3 things. So I'm guessing that this is the deck itself, and there are 2 other items. So I am going to dive into the deck and save the exciting mystery items for last. So I won't do a big walkthrough of this because there are others on, here we are, the Hermetic Tarot. There are others on YouTube, and also because I haven't had time to properly study this, but it's just delightful to have this back because, yeah, I do feel as though I would like to learn more about this deck, and just seeing some comments recently from people who have got the deck and who've connected with the deck, I just feel that it's something that I could actually now take time to look at. I think it's one of these things, and many of you will know this, that sometimes it has to be the right time to connect with a deck. You know, it can't be, if it's not the right time, then you won't connect and it's just not meant to be, but it doesn't always mean that that deck is not a deck for you. Even as I'm looking at this, I am, and again it's that Thoth thing, you know, that's very Thoth influenced. It's that thing now of feeling a bit like that's a system I want to learn more about, having focused on other systems more up until now. So as I say, I won't go into all of that. Thank you very much for the deck, Jane, much appreciated, and I'm going to enjoy learning more about the Hermetic Tarot. So I shall set that aside, and lovely, I don't know if it's incense or the smell of the paper, but there's a lovely scent. Happy. What kind of something do you like? Lucky flower, that's what's on the tape. So what we have here is a mysterious box. Oh, I'm excited. Oh wow. Salve. Now this might be what here we are. Spruce resin salve for wounds, scratches, dry skin, bug bites, cuticles and dry lips. Old Nordic recipe. All natural ingredients. Contains beeswax, Siberian fir oil, spruce resin, sunflower seed oil, lard. Keep in fridge for about a year. And I'm guessing then that you've made this, Jane. So, oh wow. That smells lovely. I'm going to put some on my lips now. Why not? It probably, yes, it tastes nice too. It could be a problem because it probably means I want to eat it with a spoon. Lovely. Thank you very much. That's wonderful. So, that's a new one for me. And what we have here, oh, there's more than one thing in here. Wow. It's a little crystal skull. How cute is that? That is amazing. Look, it's a little crystal skull. So he or she, I don't know what sex this is yet, maybe it's not any sex, is going to have pride of place on my desk, either here or maybe even at work. And we have a lovely pendulum. Now, I'm not an expert in crystals, so I'm not even going to embarrass myself by pretending that I know what stone that is. I'm sure that you will tell me. I think I know what it is. I think it might begin with M, but I'm not saying because I don't want to embarrass myself. So if somebody comments below and tells me what this is, maybe Jane will, that would be lovely. That's great, it's a pendant. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you very much. See if I can get this on now. That's lovely. Thank you. So that's very nice. And wow. And that's very nice also. Now that to me, I don't know, but to me that looks like it's some kind of volcanic stone. Porous. Got a lovely feel to it. So Jane, you might need to enlighten me a bit about what this means and what the kind of energy is connected with those. But what I know is I love them, and I'm very grateful to you for sending me the deck and for sending me these gifts. Much, much appreciated. So isn't this a great community? Everyone is just so lovely and welcoming, and it's just great to share all these things with each other. So thank you very much. Thank you all for watching, and I'm now going to go and have a bite to eat. I don't want to take away the taste of that lovely salve though. I'm going to go and have a bite to eat, and then in the afternoon I am going to film my prize draw 7 life purpose questions prize draw, if that makes sense. So until then, take care everyone, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.